Yo, welcome to another episode of the Superkick podcast. I'm your host, Ringside P. Hope you guys had a great week. Had another exciting week for WWE. We had The Rock and Cody and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins on Smackdown. We had The Rock dropping another IG promo. We had some dope action again on Monday Night Raw with Cody and Rollins. And man, I'm just ready to get into it. Before we get started, though, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that notification bell. Appreciate all you guys that's tuning in weekly. You guys that are following me on IG, post that right there. You guys that checking out my reels and everything, commenting. I appreciate all that. Also, let me know who's going to WrestleMania. I'm going, like I've been saying. I got merchandise out, waiting for my hoodie to come. It's supposed to come between the 12th and the 15th. So maybe by next episode, you'll see me with my new Superkick podcast hoodie. But that is live right now at the Superkick store. So you guys check that out. And man, let's get into it. So I want to kick off the show by talking about what it is the possibility of Gunther becoming a face. Like I said, it seems like he's been picking up steam and picking up admiration from the fans just because, like I always been saying, he puts on a great match. I haven't seen a bad Gunther match so far, in my opinion. So I think the fans really appreciate that. And WWE decided to have a match between Gunther and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio, who is a bona fide heel. The fans hate him. They boo him nonstop. And so to have those two paired against each other, doing the match, it even seems like, the fans were loving Gunther chopping Dom, just beating him or whatnot. So it seems like they were trying to go, I felt like they might be trying to go that route and trying to make him a heel. Because he doesn't really do to me heel tactics. It seems a lot of his matches are him beating his opponent clean in a way. Besides that time when Jimmy interfered, but that wasn't because of Gunther. He was just had beef with Jay. You don't really see Imperium get involved in any of Gunther's matches, really. And so that's kind of, it's different. It seems like they're trying to teeter that line between heel and face with a lot of different superstars nowadays. But I'm not too sure how I feel about Gunther becoming face. Because I think I want to see him versus Sammy at WrestleMania. Even though I can, you can make the case for Chad Gable or even Ricochet again or whatnot. But I think Ricochet need to get his lick back against Logan Paul at some point in the future. Hopefully soon. But what do you guys feel, or how do you guys feel about Gunther becoming a face? Let me know. Comment below. So, Nia Jax is still on a rampage. She's not done yet. The match between Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch, Nia Jax decided to interfere and smash both of them. So I'm thinking we might get a triple threat maybe the following week, or maybe before Mania, maybe the March 26th edition of Monday Night Raw, which I'll be at in Chicago. Maybe we might see that then. But I definitely want to see Nia wrestle or compete in some form at a WrestleMania. Liv too. She still has unfinished business with Rhea Ripley. You might not get to see that anytime soon, or maybe at SummerSlam, Rhea versus Liv Morgan. If Rhea retains the title of WrestleMania, which I'm hoping that she does, because it's Mommy Mania. Like I said last week, Mommy Mania right here. But yeah, Nia, so she's still showing her dominance in WWE, and it's great to see. But that was the most I have for that. Like I said, I want to see Nia continue this dominant run that she's having right now. But yeah, man, let's go, Nia Jax. Let's go. Also, I want to bring back the ranking system. I know that AEW has that on their brand, on their shows or whatnot, and it shows the superstars record. And I think that would be dope again to have that back in WWE. At least like for the beginning of the year or something like that, just to see and add more, especially when WWE trying to go more sports theme. I think the ranking system needs to be implemented again, just so fans know, all right, man, this particular superstar is on a roll, even if he's not pushed on main TV. like that or whatnot. Maybe because he's not like a Drew McIntyre in that role, or like let's say Jey Uso or anything like that. Maybe you can see like a superstar starting to make that rise instead of you just kind of assuming that, oh man, he's been doing pretty good. You can actually get an actual visual and you can compare it and see like, oh, this guy has been, you know, on a 5-0 run right now, or this superstar maybe he's 2-3 right now. You know, maybe he doesn't deserve a push, or you can really tell that, oh, he's struggling. He's, 3-3. He needs this match to push him get him to the next level or keep him where he's at or whatnot. I think we need to bring back the ranking system in WWE. Going forward, I would like to see it. When you guys like to see it going forward, let me know. Also, this past week on Raw, we seen Andrade debut again on Monday Night Raw. Had a match against Apollo Crews. It was a pretty well match, man. Like, it was pretty good. I didn't have any complaints about it. Not particularly in my match of the week, but it was still a solid match for Monday Night Raw. I don't know, man. I kind of feel like it didn't have the impact that they even wanted to have, and maybe the fan reaction wasn't there where it probably wanted it to be, but it was still great. I'm hoping they do more with Andrade this go around. I think I kind of probably would have preferred him to be on Smackdown. They kind of see that in action between maybe like him and like Rey Mysterio or Carlito or the LWO or him interacting with the Legado del Fantasma in that route, because I think their styles match up well as comparison to maybe some of the superstars he can match up with on Monday Night Raw. I just don't know where he can kind of fall into place on Raw right now, just besides like mid-card or even like in the storylines. But I'm happy that he's back, and I want to see more of him. So that's it's good to see that. So I'm hoping that they can do more with Andrade this go around. And it seems like superstars that have returned from going different places or whatnot and have returned back to WWE, they're trying to do more with them, and that's good to see going forward. So I wish the best for Andrade. I want to see Andrade do more going forward. I'm all here for Andrade. I'm here for the mask that he comes out with. Like, man, just that entrance is dope. I want them to do more with his promos and really elevate his superstar status going forward. So I feel like I'm about to get into a whole nother Judgment Day segment pretty soon, because I this go around, because I got like 4 topics that all pertain to the Judgment Day. So I'm gonna kick it off with the match of the week, which I'm gonna go with Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor versus Imperium. This was another like kind of like polarizing like match for myself, because it was like, well, you got 2 groups that are supposed to be heels and they're facing each other, so that it kind of goes back to what I thought so earlier, where I thought WWE was trying to maybe turn Gunther into a face. Then I thought that would have also meant like maybe Imperium going face, but then you think about it too, and Rhea is kind of like a face, so would that make sense for Judgment Day to kind of be like a face in a way, but you still have Dom, who's hated by the fans. So it's, I don't know, it's like a conundrum in a way to kind of see what they wanted to do. But nonetheless, we got Judgment Day and Imperium, and it seems like the fans didn't know who they wanted to root for. And at one point, I felt like the fans were going to go for Imperium, and it felt like they were trying to build some momentum, and then it switched, and then Damian Priest and Finn Balor, and then the fans started cheering for Finn. And then Priest started getting, hyped up, and then it seemed like they started going for Priest and cheering for both of them. And then I think it was just overall, it was a great match, and the fans really appreciated what they were seeing, because I appreciate what I was seeing, because it's my match of the week, obviously. So that was interesting to see what they want to do with Priest and Finn in the Judgment Day. But I feel like you still have, at some point, are gonna have Priest and Finn versus The Miz and R-Truth at WrestleMania, and those guys are the fan favorites. Those are the faces, so you would still think that Judgment Day would still be heels at that point. So I'm wondering what's going to happen and what direction they're going to try to go with Priest and Balor, or just the Judgment Day overall, going forward in the next couple of weeks up to WrestleMania. But then they also get into the next topic of what is they willing to do with Damian Priest? You know, for the longest, it feels like they didn't have a direction for him with the Money in the Bank and when he's going to cash in, who's going to cash in on. I said I didn't think he's going to be cashing in on either one of these titles because I think the storyline is too big for him right now. Sorry to say, but they wasn't doing enough that felt to elevate him to main event status to be contending for either one of these championships right now. Not to say that he doesn't have the talent to be. It just seems like they just wasn't building his character to push him to that next level, and to kind of maybe try to keep him as at the mid card title, the U.S. or the Intercontinental Championship, because they kind of teased that the previous week when he got in the ring and got face to face with Gunther. But they acknowledged and made some comments to us about how Priest been hearing the talk about he's not championship material and whatnot, and you can kind of see like them saying that, and then the match, kind of the new intensity that Priest was kind of showing off in the match between Imperium or whatnot. But I still don't know who he's gonna cash in on. It feels like it will only make sense for him to possibly cash in for one of the mid card titles, the Intercontinental Championship or the U.S. title. But then if he comes to cash in the U.S. title, does that mean he would end up going to SmackDown? Or would they do some type of swap the day after WrestleMania? So that's a storyline that's out there, and I feel like they need to start adding more to it as we're getting close to WrestleMania. We're under 30 days to WrestleMania, and we got to figure out, you know, there's storylines that they need to be solidified, and we gotta know the direction of where things are going, or whatnot. But yeah, man. So match of the week, Judgment Day versus Imperium. Did you guys have a match that you guys kind of enjoyed more than my match of the week? Let me know. Comment below. What do you guys think about the direction of Damian Priest? Should he be a face, or what do you guys think? Do you think he's going to be successful when he cashes in, or who should he cash in on? When should he cash the Money in the Bank contract? I mean, time is running out. I think the deadline is in July, but I'm not too sure. But I think the deadline is July, or if it's not July, it's definitely WrestleMania. It's one of those two. So he has to make a decision soon about what he's going to do with that Money in the Bank contract. But yeah, always, man, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. So my superstar, sticking with the Judgment Day, so my superstar with the super kicks of the week is Finn Balor. He has some custom Jordan 1 mids on. Actually, I'm gonna put a picture up, but they were dope. I always like when superstars, you know, rep the sneakers well, man, and they put it together nicely. You know, him and his customs. This ain't the first time that he's done custom sneakers. I think he's one and the same guy for the customs or whatnot. So it's, like I say, it's nice to see those on superstars, and taking a different culture and implementing it in WWE is dope, and it's nice to see. Because I would never really have thought that these guys were into, like, I don't know. I guess I was just so used to growing up just seeing wrestlers in wrestling boots or whatnot, and then the grassy side seeing wrestlers in Air Force Ones, then just different sneakers in general, and then like just Jordans or whatever. Like it's like I say, it's dope to see. But yeah, man, my superstar with the super kicks of the week this week is going to be Finn Balor with these custom Jordan 1 mids on. Let me know what you guys think about them. Would you guys rock these? I would definitely, even though they're mids. I wish there was high tops, but whatever, it is what it is. But they're dope enough to where I would rock them. Would you rock them? Let me know. So we got some more continuations of the Yeet versus No Yeet build. Jimmy versus Jay build up to WrestleMania. Jay had a match against Drew McIntyre, and once again he was on a roll, looking like he might pick up the W. But sure enough, Solo came out of the crowd. Then Cody's music dropped, and he came to help out and run Solo off. And then Jay looked like he's going to go for the Uso splash. Sees Jimmy in the crowd, and it distracts him, and then he catches a Claymore. to the face, and then he loses again. And then Jimmy gets in the ring again, gets ready to taunt him a little bit. Then Seth Rollins runs out and runs Jimmy off. But man, I've been wanting this Yeet versus No Yeet, this brother versus brother, this Jay versus Jimmy matchup. I want them to build a little bit more to it, man. Involve some social media, which I'm gonna get more into that later on. Jay needs to pop up on Smackdown and do something. Jimmy hasn't. That's one thing. Like, Jimmy's been allowed to come and interfere in a lot of Jay's activities and matches. Excuse me, because he not only did he's one of the reasons why Cody and Jay lost the tag team championships, but now he's the reason that Jay lost the opportunity and lost the victory to Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. He lost to Drew McIntyre. He lost to Roman Reigns. So this is like, 4 matches that now that Jimmy has cost to Jay, and Jay hasn't really retaliated or really have addressed this this thing that he's going through with Jimmy. So I need to see Jay pop up on SmackDown and just wrecking shop, with the bloodline or whatever the case may be. And maybe it could be some type of stipulation to where if Jay loses, he's back in the bloodline, even though he doesn't want to be, or something like that. Cause we still got loose bloodline pieces out there, so we need to get those all together. And maybe that won't come all together this WrestleMania, but maybe next year or maybe SummerSlam or something like that. But I feel like I will be seeing Jay back in the bloodline at some point. But until then, I'm happy for that we getting Jay versus Jimmy going forward. I'm looking forward to it. I hope they do more. Really show me this sibling rivalry going forward to WrestleMania. We on the road to WrestleMania, and I said we got so many different storylines that we can look at and we can be hyped for. And for me, this is one of those storylines that I'm hyped to see, because I think it can be a phenomenal match at WrestleMania. What do you guys think? Let me know. Comment below. So my last topic for Monday Night Raw was that Cody and Seth opened the night by talking about responding to The Rock's challenge at WrestleMania Night 1 for a tag team match. But it seems like, man, the way we was watching the different layers develop when The Rock and Roman was out there, I feel like we're seeing more layers between Cody and Seth. People pointed out that maybe Seth was hinting at The Rock and fingering, maybe he's making fun of him, maybe he was trolling him, maybe it's more to it. The way people were trying to show that Seth was looking at Cody a certain way, when Cody was talking or whatnot. But man, it's becoming unpredictable, and I think that's what a lot of us wanted to see. Sometimes wrestling can be very predictable in the matches and what can go, what can happen and whatnot. So it's dope to see, to experience this and to add more anticipation for Wrestlemania. Like I say, now I can see why they're calling this the biggest Wrestlemania ever. You got 3 or so many different of the main event stars, the top A-list stars, doing double duty, both nights. Like that just hasn't happened ever. But it's so many different outcomes now when you think about, well, with Seth turn on Cody, with The Rock turn on Roman, with Roman turn on The Rock, with someone come out and interfere in the match for Cody Rhodes and keep him from finishing the story once again. It's a lot that can happen now, and that's cool. That's real cool. I feel like Carlito. That's real cool to see, but we'll get more into that when they hop on SmackDown. Might get into SmackDown topics. But what do you guys feel could possibly be happening going forward at WrestleMania? Who's gonna turn on who? Is what I wonder. I mean, I feel like we all that it's safe to say that someone's gonna turn on someone, but who is gonna turn on who is the big question at WrestleMania. What do you guys think? So once again, The Rock dropped another, I want to say like 15 or 20 minute promo on IG, which I am loving this version of The Rock doing that, using social media in that aspect to expand the story, to build upon the story, to add layers into the story, to say things that he normally can't say on regular TV or regular cable TV or whatever. Like, he's free to say whatever he wants to say. It to some extent on IG, on social media. And it also just adds more eyes to WWE and the product and into WrestleMania going forward, to people who might not be hip to WrestleMania, or rather WrestleMania is going on, whatever WWE is happening. Like, it's like, oh, but they're just aware of The Rock. So, no, The Rock I feel like The Rock is trying really hard to get off this walking clown emoji thing. It's not like say 20 years ago or almost 30 years ago, where calling people jabronis and Rudy Poos and all the different things was a little more catchy. Like, I feel like he has to say something else, and it doesn't really need to be catchy. He could just start dissing them in a way that doesn't need to be like catchy or whatever. Just drop bars. Like, he's speaking about dropping the gospel or whatever. Um, just give me more, man. Just get over there and just start talking. But it's so much repetitiveness that you kind of hear from The Rock constantly, which is, it feels like he's grasping for something. But once again, like, I still enjoy what he's trying to do with his IG and social media, which is cool. I still want more of that. Like, I want WWE, now that they have over 100 million subscribers on YouTube, use these platforms to help build storylines even more. I feel like it doesn't hurt. There's only so much time that you got on TV to do stuff, as we saw on Smackdown. With the show being cut off in the mid, it felt like a Dragon Ball Z episode. Like, we get to a certain point and the show ends, and it's like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's the rest? What's happening now? We got to wait till next week? No, because there is no continuation. It's not like it's gonna pick up. It's gonna start over and something else again. But yeah, man, use social media to build these stories, where now maybe you can cut back on some of the dialogue on TV, and we can get more action out of the time that you guys have on TV or whatever, or more of the meat and potatoes of something. You adding the appetizer and the other sides just by using social media and filling in the gaps. But give me the main course on SmackDown or Raw. When you guys do stuff. But yeah, man, I want more of The Rock and, like I say, other superstars using social media to push these stories and expand these stories going forward. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel about The Rock's promo on IG? Let me know. I want to get into how Logan Paul kicked off SmackDown with the announcement of the sponsorship that they're sponsoring a lot of PLEs and stuff like that going forward, in WWE in general, with the Prime logo, the Prime drink, hydration drink or whatever. I haven't had it yet. I don't know if any of you guys have had it. Is it good? Maybe I might try one, find one today and try it and see if it's worth it, if the hype is worth it or whatever. But I think Logan Paul has made a big impact, in WWE in a way that I didn't expect him to do so. In the beginning, I kind of thought maybe it would have just been like a one and done thing. It had little celebrity match, and then that would be it. But you can tell that the guy puts in the work. I feel like he's constantly getting better in the ring and his in-ring ability on the microphone. Just he's learning the techniques in the dance in a way, how to just carry himself as a WWE superstar, and that's cool to see. It's not like, I just don't want to see Logan Paul alone, because he does a good job, and you can tell that he cares about what he's doing. He's not just out there to get a paycheck or whatever. And it's nice to see, like, well, that you can see the partnership, and you can see that, all right, well, Logan Paul has this, and these other tools that he can help bring the WWE and help elevate them and maybe take them to another level that maybe they haven't been able to get to before. Which is hard to say, because WWE has done a lot in the time that it's been around, It seems like they always have kind of been the innovators of different things and in different ways how things operate in professional wrestling or whatever. But, it's cool to see them cross different mediums and how they do things. So I appreciate Logan Paul and WWE, honestly. So what do you guys think about Logan Paul out there? Let me know. I would say, though, I want to see Logan Paul defend the U.S. title more, or him do something else more with it. I saw a clip of him that he was at one of the UFC's events over the weekend, and he had the belt with him. But I want to see him wrestle some guys more. Um, it seemed like they're going with a match between him and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Or maybe now might be Logan Paul and KSI and against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Even though I kind of had preferred to see Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania for the U.S. Championship. Um, but yeah, man, I just want to see him do more with that title. I want to see him wrestle more. Maybe just do other outside obligations that he can't do as much. But like I said, whenever he does get in the ring, he wrestles and he performs, he does well. I don't have any negative things to say about his in-ring ability. Like he does a great job, and that's what you would want from a person outsider of WWE coming into WWE and trying to and wrestle and at least have a title on their shoulder going forward. He's done well doing that, and I'm looking forward to see more of what Logan Paul can do in the WWE, what he can bring to WWE, and ways he can elevate WWE going forward. So we had a match between Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross, which was kind of resulted into, I think the match kind of getting thrown out because it started into chaos. It started off as a pretty solid match until the AOP came out, and then the Street Profits came out and they helped Bobby Lashley. And it seems like Bobby Lashley, Street Profits, who still don't have a name yet, they need a name, was getting the upper hand of the Final Testament. Last thing I remember was seeing Montez Ford jump over the top rope, but the AOP catching him, and then Dawkins diving into the both of them and smashing all of them on the ground, and then it just left Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross in the ring. And then next you know, AOP is back up and they hop in the ring and they turn Bobby Lashley into gorilla biscuits and are just pounding away at him, destroying him. And it's like, yo, where is the Street Profits now? You guys should have had the upper hand. You guys were on top or whatever, blah blah blah. And now Bobby Lashley's in here just getting stomped out, getting a mud hole stomped into him. I first I need Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits to get a name, to actually be a real stable faction going forward. And then I want to see them do more, man. Like, it just feels like it's going to get buried, and it just feels like that there's no real direction for them. It doesn't seem like no one knows what they kind of do with these guys, and hence by the fact that they don't even have a name yet, But then, like, going back to what I was saying about superstars and WWE using social media, right? I came across a promo, I guess if that's what you wouldn't call it, with Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins watching Karrion Kross on like a backstage thing on Talking Smack, talking about the Profits and Bobby Lashley or whatnot. And then they gave like a passionate but speech and promo about how they're gonna make a change about things, and they ready to step it up and prove themselves in the WWE, even though they don't really need proving. But it's dope to see them expand the story, even though because they don't get much TV time to really do so. So when you're using social media in this way as a tool to get your messages across, to draw more attention to your story, it's great to see. So now, even if they come on the short end of the stick of this rivalry between the Final Testament, at least it adds more layers to their character and what they're able to do and what we can see from them. Because it sucks they only see them come out week or every other week and see them, let's say, lose to the Final Testament in some shape or form. So now we can hear more for them and deliver, and they can kind of develop more of their story. They seen Karrion Kross mention them as the Pride, so I don't know if they're going with the Pride name. Maybe it might sit a little bit better with me if they do a little bit more with it, if they kind of show themselves as like being dominant or something, or I don't know, or maybe they just need to change the name altogether. Maybe it was a mistake. It can't be a mistake because he said it. I think they would have changed it if it was a mistake. But how do you guys feel about superstars using social media to build storylines up? I feel like it kind of reminds me of Zack Ryder back in the day when he was taking over the internet, and he was using the internet so well that the people pushed him to the top the way he should have been getting attention. He should have been getting all along. I want superstars to do more with that. So keep up with the promos, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, Street Profits, The Rock. I want to see Bailey use the internet. At least Bailey and Damage Control both use the internet and their socials to help push their stories, especially them, because I feel like they're at the bottom of the totem pole of WrestleMania, on the road to WrestleMania. Like, they don't really get the attention that they deserve, and like the work isn't being put in to help develop their story and help push their story to another level higher to make it more interesting for the fans. So I like to see some more. Just use this tool, the social media, to help you guys out more. I'm all for it. What do you guys think? Real quick, WWE, stop telling me people are security. We all know these guys aren't security. We know these guys aren't cops. We know these guys aren't state troopers or whatever they case may be, or EMTs or whatever. We all know that these are probably just locals or NXT people, or people that just haven't been on TV, up and coming wrestlers or whatnot. Stop telling me that these guys are these officials or whatever, because we know that they're not. They don't do a good job, because we know that Cody Rhodes can't be taking chairs to off-duty police officers and not get arrested afterwards. Like, we know that. Like, if we're trying to create a sense of realism, I know that that's not real. I know Cody Rhodes can't take chair shots to cops. I know that's not possible. And maybe it might be different if it was Montez Ford hitting a cop or something like that. Then it'd be switched up or whatever in his times. But I know that those guys aren't cops. I know those guys aren't security. Just because they put a WWE polo shirt on, black polo shirt on, doesn't mean that they're security. Like, you guys gotta do better with that. But that's just me nitpicking or whatever. But I just think it's funny every time I say, oh, they get so much security for the to try to protect this main event, or to protect these superstars from going crazy, or from chaos ensuing tonight. So we hire extra security in the building. Like, no, man, we know these guys aren't security. We know they're just wrestlers. They just don't get time. But yeah, man, that's just me nitpicking, like I said before. But whatever, man. You guys gonna do what you guys gonna do. So WWE released the schedule for I guess VIP add-ons for the World of WrestleMania. I know Thursday got Cody, Friday is Seth Rollins, Saturday is Charlotte Flair, Sunday is CM Punk, and Monday is Bianca Belair. I'm definitely going Saturday and Sunday, looking to try to get VIP add-on for CM Punk on Sunday. I'm not too sure if I can make it for Friday. I might try to make it, but it's just, man, it all depends on what the pricing is going to be for the VIP add-ons. It's reasonable. I might try to do Friday too as well, and maybe if depending on what time I'm leaving Monday, I might try to do Monday. But I think this thing might be too crazy price wise, whatever. But that was something I wasn't really expecting. I didn't know they was gonna have like meet and greets for like superstars like this. So I definitely want to meet CM Punk Sunday for sure at Royal WrestleMania. I'm looking forward to see what else they got there. I remember I went to WrestleMania last year, and I went to the Superstore, and they kind of had like, historic like memorabilia, outfits and cars and stuff. Of course, the Superstore, they had like a stage where they were doing like podcasts or whatnot. So I'm assuming that might be some of the same stuff, similar this year at WrestleMania. But I'm definitely hyped to go see that. I've been trying to find out who else is going. It's not too far, so from where I'm staying at WrestleMania. So I'm looking to try to link up with people, kick it with people there at Royal WrestleMania. Are you guys going to Royal WrestleMania? Let me know what you guys think about it. Are you guys looking forward to meeting any superstars those days, over the course of those days? Let me know, man. Comment below. So we've seen once again the Legado del Fantasma on Friday Night Smackdown. I like what they're doing with these guys, man. It's cool to see. I know they got the rivalry between them and LWO. Rey Mysterio's back, so I'm hoping they're gonna do more with them or whatnot going forward. But I like what they're doing with them. I mean, they're making them seem like they're a dominant faction in a way. I I want them to keep building to that. It just feels like this is not enough TV time for all these different superstars. It's a competition, you know. It feels like people are fighting for TV time, and maybe that's why we need for people to do more with social media, just to kind of like say get more exposure going forward. But I'm all here for Legado del Fantasma and what they're able to do. They come together nicely when they're out there. Just look at them and everything. So I want to see more of them. What do you guys think? So I'm gonna end the show with, once again, I feel like I've been doing like this the last couple weeks, but Bloodline Business, man. It's always Bloodline Business. It's back. The storyline is heating up. I'm loving what they're doing. We had Roman Reigns come out. We had The Rock come out with a new entrance. This time he didn't come out with a shirt on, because I know he struggled last week trying to get the buttons off. So he was like, you know what? I ain't fighting button this week. I'm coming out in a Versace vest. I ain't got to worry about none of that. So you can see the goosebumps. I can smack my arm super hard for everyone that can see. And I ain't got to worry about buttons. So no buttons for The Rock anymore. That's what I'm going with. But they come out. Rock had a new entrance, more electrifying or whatnot. So that was dope to see. They're switching things up. They feel like they adding, they're making it like box office, like a box office movie. You know, it felt like big business out there, like a big production. And so that was cool to see. They come out, and then Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins comes out through the crowd or whatnot. They get in the ring and they take shots at one another. And speaking of verbal shots at one another, and it seems like they were trying to create tension between both sides. You know, Cody mentioned to The Rock that you acknowledging Roman Reigns now, like you got permission from Roman. Roman mentioning back to Cody that you letting Seth Rollins speak for you now on your story. You know, so it's like that they keep adding layers to the story. You know, and it making you see, trying to feel and what's gonna happen if someone's gonna turn on someone at WrestleMania. You know, we get to talking back and forth about each other. Seth Rollins engaging verbally against The Rock. You know, being passionate. You got Cody Rhodes being passionate. Everyone's kind of being passionate in some sense. Roman Reigns kind of just sitting back, you know, just watching everything. Then you see Rock kind of make a statement towards Cody, which doesn't really hit as well as I think it should. I felt like Roman was doing something, and when he speaks about Cody and was commenting about his Cody dad back in last year, and said like every time they used to hang out together, Dusty never mentioned Cody, you know, and so that hit differently than when The Rock is talking and whatnot, because I feel like The Rock is still too friendly. But Rock started to make some comments, try to call Cody a mistake baby, and Cody didn't like it, and he got his lick back. He smacked The Rock, which I felt like it was way funnier watching The Rock get smacked by Cody, but the impact was definitely more when The Rock smacked Cody back at that press conference. Like I said, man, and then they ran out of time. Like I said, like a Dragon Ball Z episode, they ran out of time, and we didn't know what was going on afterwards. We thought there could be more stuff going on afterwards, but then some fan footage or whatever showed that they kind of just left. And then you can also kind of see like the producers or people trying to hurry up and rush The Rock with the story, finish up this promo or whatnot. And that's the thing too, like The Rock was drawing out so much of what he was saying, because it was also still like repetitive of what he was saying before in the IG promo. So that's why I feel like you don't need to say the same thing. If you're gonna do the IG promo, you can cut out a lot of the other stuff that you're doing on TV and just get right back to confrontation. You know, and I kind of have read that they had a big old brawl that kind of ensue and spill out, and that would have been, it's always kind of like, why do you have all this security and nothing happened? You know, the security didn't prevent anything, because nothing even happened because you guys ran out of time on TV. So it sucks that Fox didn't allow them to even go over a time or whatever. But like I say, man, it just makes me more excited for WrestleMania as we get closer and closer. Like I said, we're underneath 30 days, and it's cool, and I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I feel like I should start packing right now for WrestleMania or whatever. Um, are you guys getting more excited for WrestleMania? If you guys didn't already have tickets already, did you guys has anyone decided to buy tickets now? For WrestleMania, trying to go now. Because y'all, let me know. I'll be there with some Superkick podcast apparel on. Hopefully, if it comes in time, I might have to order some more. But that's gonna wrap it up, man, for this episode of Superkick Podcast. I'm your host, Ringside P. Like, subscribe, share, comment, interact with me. I'm on IG constantly. I'm on YouTube and stuff. Check out the Superkick store. I got stuff up there. Check it out. It's at a reasonable price. Come support me or whatever the case may be. But yeah, man. Till next time. Adios. Peace.